Mastering your internal clock, the path to enhanced longevity and wellness. Your biological rhythms shape everything from energy levels to disease resistance and treatment outcomes. Revolutionary insights now reveal how to optimize these natural cycles for improved health and extended lifespan. Deep within the hypothalamus of your brain sits a cluster of approximately 20,000 neurons that functions as your body's master clock. This biological timepiece, known as the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN, orchestrates a symphony of physiological processes that ebb and flow in roughly 24-hour cycles. From the moment you wake until you fall asleep, and even while you're unconscious, your circadian rhythm is quietly conducting one of the most sophisticated biological performances on Earth. For decades, this internal clock was relegated to the realm of basic biology textbooks, dismissed as merely interesting but not particularly actionable. Today, however, a revolution in chronobiology research is revealing that our circadian rhythms don't just influence when we feel sleepy or alert, they fundamentally control our metabolism, immune function, hormone production, and even our susceptibility to disease. More remarkably, scientists have discovered that by understanding and working with these natural rhythms, we can dramatically improve our health span and potentially extend our lives. The master conductor of human biology, your circadian clock, is far more than a simple sleep-wake switch. It's a master regulator that coordinates the timing of virtually every physiological process in your body. Throughout each 24-hour cycle, your body temperature fluctuates by about 2 degrees Fahrenheit, your blood pressure rises and falls in predictable patterns, and your liver alternates between glucose production and fat metabolism with clockwork precision. This internal timing system evolved over millions of years to synchronize our biology with the Earth's rotation. Our ancestors' survival depended on being alert during daylight hours when food could be gathered and predators could be seen, and on resting during darkness when energy conservation was paramount. These evolutionary pressures hardwired circadian rhythms so deeply into our biology that virtually every cell in your body contains its own molecular clock. The discovery that circadian rhythms extend far beyond sleep has profound implications for human health. Research now shows that disruption of these natural cycles, whether through shift work, frequent travel across time zones, or simply the modern lifestyle of artificial lighting and irregular schedules, is linked to a staggering array of health problems including obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, depression, and even cancer. The metabolic symphony of time. Perhaps nowhere is the importance of circadian timing more evident than in metabolism. Your body's ability to process food, regulate blood sugar, and burn fat operates on a strict schedule that's been fine-tuned over evolutionary time. This metabolic clock doesn't just influence when you feel hungry, it determines how efficiently your body processes whatever you eat. Studies reveal that eating the same meal at different times of day produces dramatically different metabolic responses. A breakfast consumed at 8 a.m. might result in stable blood sugar and efficient fat burning, while the identical meal eaten at 10 p.m. could lead to elevated glucose levels and increased fat storage. This isn't simply because you're less active at night, it's because your liver, pancreas, and digestive system are following their own circadian programs. The hormone insulin, which regulates blood sugar, demonstrates particularly striking circadian variation. Insulin sensitivity peaks in the morning and gradually declines throughout the day, reaching its lowest point late at night. This means your body is naturally primed to handle carbohydrates most efficiently in the morning and early afternoon, while late-night eating forces your metabolism to work against its natural rhythm. Research led by Dr. Sachin Panda at the Salk Institute has shown that mice with access to food only during their natural eating hours, nighttime for these nocturnal creatures, remain lean and healthy, while mice allowed to eat around the clock on the identical diet become obese and develop diabetes. When researchers restricted the round-the-clock eaters to the same 8 to 12-hour feeding window, the mice lost weight and reversed their metabolic dysfunction, without changing what they ate, only when they ate it. If you enjoy this content, please hit like and subscribe to help support the channel. The immune system's daily patrol. Your immune system also operates on a circadian schedule, with different types of immune cells peaking in activity at specific times of day. This temporal organization ensures that your body's defenses are optimally positioned to respond to threats when they're most likely to occur. During the day, when you're active and more likely to encounter pathogens, your innate immune system, the first line of defense, is at its most vigilant. White blood cells patrol your bloodstream at higher concentrations, and inflammatory responses are primed to react quickly to potential invaders. As evening approaches and you prepare for rest, your adaptive immune system takes center stage, consolidating the day's encounters into immunological memory while your body repairs and regenerates. This circadian immune programming has practical implications for medical treatment. Vaccines administered in the morning typically produce stronger antibody responses than those given in the evening. Cancer chemotherapy shows varying effectiveness depending on when it's administered, with some drugs proving most effective when given at specific times that align with the cancer cell's own circadian vulnerabilities while minimizing damage to healthy tissue. The timing of medical interventions is becoming so important that a new field called chronotherapy is emerging, with hospitals beginning to schedule surgeries and treatments based on circadian principles. Heart attacks and strokes occur most frequently in the early morning hours when blood pressure naturally surges and blood clotting factors peak, knowledge that's informing both prevention strategies and emergency care protocols. Modern life's assault on ancient rhythms. While our circadian clocks evolved to sync with natural light cycles, modern life presents unprecedented challenges to these ancient systems. Electric lighting, particularly the blue light emitted by smartphones, tablets, and LED bulbs, can shift our internal clocks by hours. Late-night screen time doesn't just make it harder to fall asleep, it actively reprograms your circadian system, convincing your brain that it's still daytime. Shift work represents perhaps the most extreme disruption of circadian rhythms, forcing millions of people to be awake and active when their biology is programmed for rest. The health consequences are severe. Shift workers have higher rates of obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and certain cancers. The World Health Organization has classified shift work as a probable carcinogen, and studies suggest that chronic circadian disruption may reduce life expectancy by several years. Even for those who work regular daytime hours, modern lifestyles often involve irregular sleep schedules, late dinners, and what researchers call social jet lag, the difference between your natural sleep timing and what your schedule demands. Weekend sleep-ins that extend well past your weekday wake time can shift your circadian clock, making Monday morning feel like jet lag even if you never left town. Harnessing light, your most powerful tool. Understanding circadian biology provides powerful tools for optimization, and light exposure is by far the most potent. Your circadian clock takes its primary cues from light entering your eyes, with specialized retinal cells that detect brightness and blue light wavelengths, sending signals directly to the SCN. The timing of light exposure is crucial. Bright light in the early morning, ideally within the first hour of waking, helps set your circadian clock and promotes alertness throughout the day. This morning light exposure also begins the countdown to evening melatonin production, ensuring you'll feel sleepy at an appropriate bedtime roughly 14 to 16 hours later. Natural sunlight is ideal, but even 15 to 30 minutes of bright artificial light, at least 1000 lux, can be effective. Light therapy devices designed for treating seasonal affective disorder provide sufficient intensity, though spending time outdoors remains the gold standard. Even on cloudy days, natural light is typically 10 to 20 times brighter than indoor lighting. Equally important is avoiding bright light in the evening, particularly blue light wavelengths that most powerfully suppress melatonin production. Blue light blocking glasses worn 2 to 3 hours before bedtime can help maintain natural melatonin rhythms, while dimming lights throughout your home signals your brain that day is ending. The art and science of circadian eating. Time-restricted eating, also known as intermittent fasting, represents one of the most accessible ways to align your metabolism with your circadian rhythms. By confining food intake to an 8 to 12-hour window during daylight hours, you allow your digestive system to rest and repair while optimizing your body's natural metabolic cycles. The benefits extend far beyond weight management. Studies show that time-restricted eating can improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, enhance mental clarity, and may even extend lifespan. The key is consistency. Eating within the same window each day helps synchronize your circadian clocks and maximize metabolic efficiency. The timing of your eating window matters significantly. Eating earlier in the day, say, from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., aligns better with natural circadian rhythms than eating from noon to 8 p.m., even if both represent 8-hour windows. Late-night eating not only disrupts sleep but forces your liver and pancreas to work against their natural programming, leading to metabolic dysfunction over time. Even if you're not ready to restrict your eating window, simple changes can help support circadian metabolism. Eating your largest meal earlier in the day, when insulin sensitivity is highest, can improve glucose control and energy levels. Avoiding large meals within 3 to 4 hours of bedtime prevents sleep disruption and allows your digestive system to enter its natural rest phase. Exercise. Timing your way to better performance. Your physical performance varies dramatically throughout the day in predictable patterns governed by circadian rhythms. Core body temperature, which correlates strongly with physical performance, typically peaks in the early evening, while reaction time and perceived exertion follow their own daily cycles. For most people, physical performance is highest in the late afternoon and early evening, when body temperature peaks and joints are most flexible. However, morning exercise offers unique advantages for circadian health. Early morning workouts can help shift your circadian clock earlier, making you naturally inclined to wake up earlier and fall asleep earlier, a pattern associated with better mental health and longevity. The type of exercise also matters for circadian timing. High-intensity exercise in the evening can be stimulating and may delay sleep onset, while gentle activities like yoga or walking are less likely to disrupt circadian rhythms. If you must exercise late in the evening, keeping the intensity moderate and finishing at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime minimizes sleep disruption. Sleep. The foundation of circadian health. Quality sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's when your circadian system undergoes its most critical maintenance and synchronization. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories, clears metabolic waste, and recalibrates circadian clocks throughout your body. Consistency is more important than duration for circadian health. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day, including weekends, helps maintain circadian alignment and improve sleep quality. This consistency matters more than whether you're naturally an early bird or night owl, though research suggests that earlier sleep timing is generally associated with better health outcomes. Creating an optimal sleep environment supports natural circadian rhythms. Cool temperatures, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, align with your body's natural nighttime temperature drop, while blackout curtains and eye masks ensure darkness that promotes melatonin production. Even small amounts of light during sleep can disrupt circadian rhythms, so covering LED displays on electronics and using dim red lights for nighttime navigation helps maintain circadian darkness. The supplement strategy, working with nature's chemicals. While lifestyle interventions are the foundation of circadian health, certain supplements can provide additional support when used strategically. Melatonin, often misunderstood as simply a sleep aid, is actually a circadian signal that helps coordinate biological clocks throughout your body. Low doses of melatonin, 0.5 to 2 milligrams, taken 30 to 60 minutes before your desired bedtime can help shift your circadian clock earlier, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up at optimal times. Higher doses aren't necessarily better and may lead to grogginess the next day. The timing of melatonin is more important than the dose. Taking it too early or too late can actually shift your circadian clock in the wrong direction. Magnesium supports circadian health through its role in muscle relaxation and nervous system regulation. Taking 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate 1 to 2 hours before bedtime can improve sleep quality and support natural circadian rhythms. Vitamin D, which influences circadian gene expression, is best taken in the morning to align with natural production patterns. Since vitamin D is normally synthesized in response to sunlight, morning supplementation helps maintain the natural association between light exposure and vitamin D signaling. Advanced strategies. Fine-tuning your biological clock. For those looking to optimize their circadian health further, several advanced strategies can provide additional benefits. Temperature regulation plays a crucial role in circadian timing, with core body temperature naturally rising and falling throughout the day. Taking a warm bath or shower 1 to 2 hours before bedtime can accelerate the natural evening temperature drop, promoting sleepiness. Sauna use, particularly in the late afternoon or early evening, can enhance this natural temperature rhythm while providing additional health benefits. The heat stress from sauna use activates heat shock proteins that support cellular repair and may contribute to longevity. Cold exposure, such as cold showers or ice baths, can help shift circadian rhythms when timed appropriately. Morning cold exposure can increase alertness and help establish an earlier circadian phase, while evening cold exposure should be avoided as it can be too stimulating and delay sleep onset. The future of circadian medicine. The field of circadian biology is rapidly advancing, with new discoveries constantly refining our understanding of how biological timing affects health and longevity. Researchers are developing personalized approaches to circadian optimization, using wearable devices to track individual rhythm patterns and providing customized recommendations for light exposure, meal timing, and sleep schedules. Emerging research suggests that circadian rhythms may play a role in aging itself, with circadian dysfunction contributing to cellular senescence and age-related disease. Studies in laboratory animals show that restoring healthy circadian rhythms can extend lifespan and improve health span, suggesting that circadian optimization may be one of our most powerful tools for healthy aging. Your circadian action plan implementing circadian conscious lifestyle changes doesn't require dramatic overhauls. Small, consistent adjustments can yield significant benefits. Start with light exposure. Seek bright light within an hour of waking and dim lights in the evening. Establish consistent sleep and wake times, even on weekends, and create an eating window that aligns with daylight hours. Pay attention to your individual chronotype, whether you're naturally inclined toward earlier or later timing, and work with your biology rather than against it when possible. If your schedule allows, align your most demanding mental tasks with your natural peak performance hours, typically mid-morning for early chronotypes and mid-afternoon for later chronotypes. Monitor your progress through subjective measures like energy levels, mood, and sleep quality, as these often improve before objective measures like weight or blood markers. Many people notice improvements in energy and mental clarity within just a few days of implementing circadian-aligned practices. The promise of circadian biology extends far beyond simply sleeping better or having more energy, though those benefits alone are substantial. By understanding and working with your body's natural rhythms, you're tapping into millions of years of evolutionary wisdom, optimizing your biology for both immediate well-being and long-term health. In our modern world of artificial lighting and irregular schedules, becoming conscious of circadian health may be one of the most important steps you can take toward a longer, healthier life. Your circadian clock has been keeping perfect time since the day you were born, orchestrating the complex dance of hormones, metabolism, and cellular repair that keeps you alive and thriving. Now, armed with the insights of modern chronobiology, you have the knowledge to work in harmony with this ancient timekeeper, unlocking your body's full potential for health and longevity.